The application for leave to appeal the Privy Council against the Alexander Clack Court of Appeal ruling was filed by the Office of the Director of Public Prosecution on December 15. Attorney Anselm Clouden represented Alexander Clack in the now 9-year-old matter, which had sent shockwaves throughout the country. He provided an update on the status of the case.
The solicitors in England that would have responded to the application for leave, I don't know if they were successful. All of this has been done under the cloak of secrecy. But I received some communications from a firm of solicitors in England. Mr. Clack has instructed them to proceed as respondent to the application. I haven't heard anything since.
Clouden says there is doubt as to whether there is any merit in the appeal.
I looked at some of the documents. They were saying that counsel would have had notes and certain things, but that wouldn't help them because there's no recording of the proceedings. And Sections 5 of the Constitution makes it mandatory that every accused person must be facilitated with a copy of the record of proceedings where he has appealed. And that was the ground upon which we appealed and argued strenuously.
Due to the missing transcripts, the Court of Appeal ruled that the conviction and the sentence be squashed and a verdict of acquittal entered, or that the applicant's sentence is commuted to manslaughter and the sentence reduced to time served. Attorney Clouden is not of the view that the Privy Council will interfere in the decision of the Court of Appeal.
It is very far-fetched because, you see, it involved findings of both fact and law. And the Court of Appeal, our Court of Appeal, the Supreme Court of Canada, the Privy Council have said that they would not lightly interfere with the exercise of a judge's discretion. In this case, it was a unanimous decision to stay. There was no dissent. So they would not likely interfere with such findings because the court here is more equipped to deal with all the social and community and legal, and they heard submissions and came to a unanimous decision. So I think this is just for public consumption.
The Office of the Director of Public Prosecution now awaits the fixing of a date for the hearing of the application. If and when leave to appeal is granted by the Privy Council, then an appeal will be filed. Clack was sentenced to 67 years in prison for the June 17, 2014 death of his wife and the mother of his daughter, Nixian Downs Clack of Duquesne St. Mark. The 27-year-old mother died of blunt force trauma and asphyxiation by strangulation. Clack had led police investigators to the shallow grave at Mount Moritz St. George, where he had buried the body of his wife, which was recovered from inside a black suitcase. For GBN News, I am Nisha Paul.